Hello neighbors, it's Brad here from eTrailer, and today we are taking a look at installing the P&F ladder rack for enclosed trailers. Now this is going to be a fantastic option if you're looking to add either ladders or any of your building equipment to the top of your enclosed trailer to get it up and out of the way and really utilize real estate that you never had available before. Now here we have it in our just raw aluminum, which is going to be great long term. It's not going to rust. And you can also get this in a black powder coat finish, so depending on the look you're going for with your trailer, you have those color options. Now it does come in a quantity of 2. You can really set this up for the width that you need. Just keep in mind that you are going to have to get this stuff down. So in conjunction, we just installed the P&F ladder that mounts on the side of the enclosed trailer to really be able to get up there and strap things down. So let's take a closer look at it. Each upright mounts into our metal track here, and so it sits really nice. And you are going to pre-drill holes before mounting it up, so it is kind of a universal custom fit, but it does telescope out. It slides into each other, so you can have a trailer anywhere from 6.5 foot to 8 foot wide, and it will account for that. Now as far as spacing goes, it's really going to be dependent on what you're putting up there. They don't really give any recommendations, so it's really going to be how you're going to use it. And ours, we put it on the end and then about 5 foot forward, and that's going to allow me to get this long ladder off of here. Now with this ladder getting up there, it's going to be really difficult, but I would imagine with something like this, you're probably going to be loading it from the back. And then this ladder is going to allow you to get up there and strap it all down. Now the racks are pretty straightforward. You do have to drill out your holes to get this mounted up, and it comes with 2 self-tappers. I would recommend maybe picking up a few extra just for a little bit more rigidity. Even though these feel super solid, I like to have a little bit more structure. Now there's no weight capacity associated with these because it's really going to come down to what your trailer is going to be as far as your mounting surfaces and what you have back there. So I mean, it feels extremely solid. Putting the ladder up there and pushing against it to slide up, there's no give. So really impressed overall. They do have caps at the top too. That'll keep things from getting kind of gunked in there. But even if you were to get some water, it can drain out on the bottoms. Pretty simple overall. And the installation's also very easy. It really comes down to just dialing it in exactly where you want it. We're going to walk you through how to get this installed. And I think it's going to be a great addition because normally this ladder would have to store inside, and that's a lot less space for anything else that you might be storing in there. So if your space is at a minimum, you're maxed out, and you need to add a little bit more, this is a great way to do it. So let's take a look at the installation. To get our install started, we do have the P&F ladder, so this is going to make it nice and easy to get up there and get everything mounted, but I would recommend having a ladder ready. That way we can get everything measured out, drilled, and mounted up. It's pretty simple. We have tabs on each side of our rack, and the width of this bracket here is just about perfect for our metal edge here on our enclosed trailer. So it's not pre-drilled. We're going to be drilling our own holes here. And what I need you to do is go to the back of your trailer, figure out where you want the starting one. We already have one mounted up, but normally about 8 inches from the back, but it's really dependent on your trailer and what you're going to be loading on it. So we've measured ours out and marked it. Something else you're going to want to do is go inside, make sure there's no wires or anything in the way, because we're going to be drilling through there to get our self-tapping screws mounted. But before we get there, we are going to need to drill out our bracket. So let's flip this over, grab our drill bit, and we'll start measuring this out. Something that you're going to want to take care of before getting this all mounted up or beginning the installation is I picked up some extra self-tapping screws. They give you 2 for 1 for each side, and I would prefer to have 2 screws per side. I think it's going to be more secure and kind of keep it from leaning one side to the other. So you're going to want to grab maybe some extra of that, as well as potentially butyl tape. And butyl tape is what we use when mounting stuff on the exterior of an RV. It's not completely necessary, but that butyl will kind of cinch around once we tighten it all down, so that'll create a nice watertight seal so water doesn't leach in through the self-tapping screw hole. I really don't expect too much to go through there, but a little protection goes a long way. If you had RTV silicone, you could use that as well. The way that I did my other one was I measured this out, and it's right at 6 inches. So I just went 1 inch in and use the tape measure as kind of my guide for centering it up here close to it. So I'll grab my paint marker real quick and mark it at the 1 and the 5. And now we can drill these holes out, and we're going to go a little bit larger than the self-tappers, so a 1/4 inch drill bit works really well here. So I'm going to use a punch to get this centered up and then drill this out. Now we're just going to repeat on the other bracket. You might want an extra set of hands because we're going to raise this in place and mock it up exactly where we want it. Now the holes that we drilled are going to become our template to where we can punch or make a mark there. And as far as drilling out that hole, I went from these being a 1/4 inch, which is large enough to pass the bolt through or the screw through. But when you drill through, I would recommend using something smaller so there's plenty of teeth to bite in with the self-tappers. So I ended up using a 13/64 drill bit. So I'm going to raise this up, get it all mocked up with our measurements, and then we can start drilling those holes. So just make sure that you have this centered up. You can see it fits in this channel really well, but double check up top as you have it on the other side. Make sure it, it's nice and square. So from here, I'll punch that. And with those punched, I'm going to just move this out of the way and grab my drill bit. So with all of our holes drilled out, as I mentioned, I'm going to be putting some butyl on here. Again, that's just to kind of keep that water from going through there. With the butyl in place, I like to take the self-tapping screws and push it through. And if it gets caught up in the threads, it's not a big deal at all. In fact, it's actually a little added protection as it goes in. So just push those in. And again, you may want an extra set of hands here to guide that other side on. But we'll just take our impact and put it in pretty tight. Now, with self-tappers, you can overdo it to where you're going to strip out those threads. So really just draw it in to where it sits flush. And then from there, it should be pretty secure. Once you have those snugged down, it's extremely solid. All that's left to do is get the remaining racks up top. So if you're doing an extra, if you're doing 2, 3, whatever you may have, just continue that process until you have them all installed. This is all storage space that you now have that you never had previously. And again, it's a lot cheaper than going out and getting a larger trailer. So definitely solves that problem for you. And if you've landed on this page and were maybe considering it, I would suggest it. I think it's a great system. Quality overall is very good and it's super robust. So thank you for joining us for a look and installation of the P&F ladder rack for enclosed trailers. And my name's Brad. Thanks for watching.